Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video, Barcelona has won against Sevilla 2-0 at Sevilla's home. So for those of you guys who did not watch this game, for the people who missed this match between Barcelona and Sevilla, there was a big show that you have missed, because in this game, finally, right, coming from Koeman's players and Koeman himself, they have finally put out a great show. A great show that came out with great results. And looking at the final scoreline, which is 2-0, this is a scoreline that was extremely unexpected. We did not expect Barcelona to pull off a great win such as this. And what's so staggering about this scoreline here is that Barcelona actually kept a clean sheet against Sevilla, a Sevilla side that does extremely well defensively and does extremely well offensively. This is a huge moment for Ronald Koeman and his players, because now with this win here, it is safe to say that these players are going to move forward into the next match on Wednesday with humongous great confidence, where hopefully in the end it could come out to another great result. So what we are going to do in today's video is talk about the match. We are going to be talking about the first half, the second half, and then give my overall review of this game. If you guys are watching me for the first time, this is basically what we do. And so we are first going to start with the first half, and we are going to be talking about the lineup first. So as we can see here, when the lineup was announced by the club, many people were scratching their heads, because if you look at the players here, you can see that there is a total of 3 center backs and 2 fullbacks, and many were wondering, okay, so what's going to be the formation? Are we going to see a fullback act as a left winger or as a right winger? But then as the game started, it was quite clear that Ronald Koeman wanted to use a 5-man defensive line, which meant that we were going to execute a 5-3-2 formation. I believe that Ronald Koeman wanted to have that defensive security up against Sevilla, because Sevilla is a great side offensively. And what was really surprising about the lineup was that we also did not see Ronald Araujo start within the lineup, a player that we were expecting to see coming from Ronald Koeman. The one player that did replace him within that defensive line was actually Longley. And I do get a feeling that the main reason why Longley was placed over Ronald Araujo, it is because Ronald Koeman wanted to give Longley some confidence. He wanted to let him know that I still count on you. Yes, you have done ridiculous mistakes in the past, but so has many other players that has ever played football ever. And in today's game, I'm going to be placing you and starting you up against Sevilla. But that was the game plan. That was Ronald Koeman's strategic plan in order to take down Sevilla. And then going into the first half, I'm going to be very honest, this is probably the best first half display Barcelona has displayed in this season. It was a first half where Barcelona were doing everything correctly, from the defensive line to the attacking output. And most importantly, the pressure that Barcelona has executed on the Sevilla players was extraordinary. And I do want to call out 3 specific players that has done this extremely well in terms of pressuring the opposition. And that is going to be one, Mingueza, who was playing as the right center back, was doing extremely well, always taking the ball away from the opposition. Another player was surprisingly Sergio Busquets, who was completely destroying the midfield of Sevilla. And then the last player was Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong was always there right behind either Dembele or Lionel Messi, gain possession and get the ball as quickly as possible towards those 2 players up front. But overall, I do want to talk about the whole team of Barcelona, because the whole team from Ronald Koeman was playing very, very well, and they were very attentive of their surroundings. And this was something very unexpected, because this was a Barcelona team coming from a background of they do not know how to pressure. They do not know how to take the ball away from the opposition. They let the opposition run through them. But in this game, Barcelona were running against Sevilla, and Barcelona wanted to demand control. And one of the key strategic moves Ronald Koeman has done in this game was that he wanted Jordi Alba and Serginho Dest to push higher up the field. And that did 2 very important things. Number 1 was going to be that it created threat on the right wing area and on the left wing area. Because of that, Sevilla were losing the ball many times on the wings. And then point number 2 was because Dest and Jordi Alba pushed so high up the field, it made Dembele and Lionel Messi more centralized on the pitch, which basically meant that Dembele was acting as almost as a number 9, like what Martin Braithwaite has been doing for Barcelona through this season. And let me tell you, both Lionel Messi and Dembele were benefiting from this strategic move very well. And because Barcelona were doing very well in terms of pressuring the opposition, we have seen many times in that first half Sevilla trying to build their attack in order to score a goal, but Barcelona simply did not let that happen. And it led up to moments where Messi had very tense moments on the pitch. He did receive a yellow card. I do believe that he was doing that on purpose. He wanted to stop Sevilla's attack in certain moments, and the only way to do that was to disrupt the central defensive midfielders and the defensive line of Sevilla. It was a strategic move coming from Lionel Messi. And then a couple of minutes later, on the 29th minute, we did see finally Dembele score a goal up against Sevilla. It was a very exciting goal. This was a goal that has been awaited from Dembele for a very long time. We have seen Trincao have his ups and downs. He scored his goal, and now we are finally seeing Dembele contribute in some way in terms of assists or goals in this match against Sevilla. And you can see, right, when Dembele scored that goal, you can see him running, celebrating, looking up in the sky and saying thank you. And finally I have scored my goal after all of the hard work I have put in, after all of those take-ons that I was doing for the past 10 to 15 games. It's finally paying off, and I know that that goal for Dembele felt very, very good. And that goal coming from Dembele did not come from a magical moment from the player. It was a very well thought out plan between Dembele and Lionel Messi. Again, this is the reason why moving Dest and Jordi Alba higher up the pitch worked well, because Dembele and Lionel Messi were building between the midfield line and the defensive line. Dembele did find the space between the center backs of Sevilla, and then Lionel Messi read that before he even received the ball. He acted as a creator and passed a wonderful ball towards Dembele, and that is how Dembele scored his goal. And with that goal coming from Dembele, it says here, according to Opta, that Dembele has scored 3 goals versus Sevilla, more than any La Liga opponent in all competitions, involving in 4 out of his last 6 games versus Sevilla. And I do believe that that is probably Dembele's favorite opposition to play against. It is against Sevilla. The way that Messi harms Eibar, the way that Messi harms Valencia, the way that Messi harms Atletico Madrid, Dembele's favorite opponent, and it is quite clear, it is Sevilla. And here's the one thing that I really do want to take note of coming from this Barcelona side in this match against Sevilla. Barcelona have shown that they have the capacity to press extremely high. They can do that. There has been many studies made in this season that this Barcelona team is probably way too old in order to press that high, or they're probably not being taught right in order to press in the correct way. But in this game, Barcelona actually showed that they are educated in the way they should be pressing, because the way that Barcelona pressed Sevilla, that had to go through the right timing and having the discipline on knowing when to attack that player. Barcelona were doing everything well timed without completely fouling the opposition. And when you do that, that does leads towards Barcelona not having to run all over the pitch. This is something that Gerard Piqué did explain before up against PSG. If you do not pressure correctly, or not even pressure at all, which is something that we have seen with Barcelona, you are going to get ran through. The opposition is going to be wanting to play against you. But because Barcelona have executed such a disciplined game, Barcelona were in control. As a matter of fact, Barcelona did so well that even Sergio Busquets was having a masterclass in the middle of the pitch, and that is because everything was well timed. It was a focused Barcelona, a Barcelona side that we do want to see again for the rest of this season. And Sevilla simply just had no answers towards Barcelona playing extremely well and being extremely focused. And then now moving towards the second half, and on the 57th minute, we have seen Barcelona try to get that second goal. Serginho Dest hit the post. I do believe that Serginho Dest in this game did deserve a goal. There were many chances where he was on a 1v1 or he was looking to make that shot, but the ball just did not go in. 2 minutes later, on the 59th minute, we have seen Dembele fool a defender, having the ball go through his legs. Then we did see Dembele continuing that run on the left flank, only for Lionel Messi to receive the ball outside the box, but completely missing that chance that could have led towards a goal. But it was a very exciting and smart move coming from Dembele. It was clear that Ronald Koeman has ordered these players to find that second goal, and Barcelona were trying extremely hard to look for that. And throughout the second half, we continued to see Sergio Busquets completely shut down the middle of the pitch, having a complete masterclass against Rakitic, Fernando, and Jordan. Busquets was in the heart of that battle. But 2 moments did arise within that second half that completely changed the moment of this game and could change the moment for later games. And I'm going to be explaining why I'm saying this. So there were 2 substitutions that were being made on the 67th minute and on the 71st minute. On the 67th minute, Ronald Araujo did replace Gerard Piqué. 2 minutes later, on the 71st minute, we did see Moriba coming in for Pedri. And the main reason why that substitute even happened, it was because Pedri did encounter some sort of discomfort. We do not know how long Pedri is going to be out for. I do not believe that it is completely serious, but Pedri did look extremely mad when he was off the pitch. But the center of attention was Moriba. The fact that we saw Moriba come onto the field to face against a very tough competitive side like Sevilla was something that was extremely unexpected. Ronald Koeman made a very bold choice to put Moriba in, and let me tell you, it was well worth it. And we are going to be talking about what did happen a couple minutes after this substitute was placed. But on on the 82nd minute, we did see Ronald Araujo come out again. And the main reason why Araujo was replaced about 10 minutes later, it was because Araujo has encountered yet again another injury. And it's very unfortunate to see that because we have been awaiting for his return for a very long time. And the fact that we saw Araujo get injured again, we do not know right now when he is going to be off. But there is a big concern because there are big important matches that are quickly arising, and we know, even Ronald Koeman himself knows that Araujo is going to be needed. And now seeing that players such as Pedri and Ronald Araujo, two key players under Ronald Koeman's team, have gone down against Sevilla, this could affect us later down the road. And then fast forward towards the 86th minute. On the 86th minute, Lionel Messi scored his goal up against Sevilla, and it was coming from a great assist from Moriba. And this is what I mean, right? This is why I have explained many times throughout the course of this season that the only thing that Lionel Messi really does need in this team is for someone to act as a backbone towards what he is trying to do inside or outside the box. Once Messi does find that player, Messi is going to completely shut down the opposition. We have seen Messi combine very well with Pedri. We have seen Messi combine very well with Dembele, with players such as Antoine Griezmann. And in this goal here, Lionel Messi has connected with Moriba, a player that we did not even expect to see play against Sevilla. And let's sit on Moriba just for a second, because Moriba in this game played very, very well overall. Besides that assist that he did provide against Lionel Messi, Moriba was playing very well in terms of pressuring the opposition and try to regain the possession as soon as possible. And I do believe that with this performance coming from Moriba, his minutes does have to be considered from Ronald Koeman. Moriba does deserve more minutes. I do believe that this is a player that can grow and can grow extremely quickly. But that is how the game did end. Barcelona won against Sevilla in a 2-0 win. And it was a complete and promising performance coming from this Barcelona team overall. And the face of this win was one man, and he was named Rack 1 Man of the Match, which was Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi came out with this game with a total of 1 goal and 1 assist. He pressed very well. He stole the ball from Sevilla when Sevilla were building up into the attack. Messi was doing absolutely everything. And I do believe that with Messi performing like this, the players around him such as Pedri, Mingueza, Frankie de Jong, Dembele wanted to follow his path. And that is why we did see Barcelona overall display a very great and confident display. But that is it, right? This was a game that we needed to win. It was a win that Barcelona fully deserved. And this was a perfect win for Barcelona because in next week's game on Wednesday, we will be facing Sevilla again at the Camp Nou for the Copa del Rey. And if Barcelona can come out with the exact same energy and intent and with a strategic plan, Barcelona can come out with a great result from that semifinal match and maybe, just maybe, potentially come out and head straight towards the finals of the Copa del Rey. But that's going to be it for today's Barcelona post-match review. Let me know what was your favorite moment in this match. Let me know what was your least favorite moment in this match. Which player did impress you the most coming out from this game? Comment in the comment sections down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.